Welcome back to Vox Terra with me, the creator, Sylvan. If you watch my earlier shows, you know the purpose of this channel, is to help people focus their politics on the long-term survival of our species. You know, key to that is helping my fellow environmentalists, fellow Vox Terrans, if you will, communicate in short, punchy style about the environment. You also know that I used to use talking puppets because I like making funny voices. I mean, who doesn't? But I'm not doing that now. I'll try to be a little funny here and there. We'll see how it goes. Today's show is all about helping show the connection between these historic raging wildfires and fossil fuel driven climate change, because you know, and I know, the media isn't going to, because there's too much money at stake in the fossil fuel industry. So to that, I'm going to give you some great citations, and I'll post them below that YouTube channel. So even if you don't feel comfortable sharing my video, listen, I'm citing you to NASA. I'm citing you to Yale Climate Connections. I'm citing you to the Natural Resource Defense Council. I'm tossing in an article from Vox. Starting with NASA. Point one, every environmentalist, every Vox Terra needs to know and remember, and you can tell anybody, I'm getting this right from NASA, amigo. Since 1880, the world has warmed by 1.9 degrees Fahrenheit, with the 5 warmest years on record occurring in the last 5 years. The world's hotter. The poles have heated more relative to the rest of the planet. You want to know those two facts because that's throwing all the weather patterns off. 3, it's only common sense will tell you we're dumping billions of tons of what are called greenhouse gases, that's heat trapping gases, into the air each year by the excessive burning of fossil fuels. Billions of tons. They're going to do something. And even if you don't believe that, amigo, all that breathing in polluted air isn't good for us. Quoting the NASA website, here's the wildfires. Since the 1980s, the wildfire season has lengthened across a quarter of the world's vegetated surface. Okay, the wildfire season has lengthened since the 1980s. The Earth is almost 2 degrees Fahrenheit hotter since 1880, the start of the Industrial Revolution. Wildfire season is lengthening. Wildfire range is expanding, and the intensity of wildfires is increasing. This is all happening. Point 3, depending how I'm counting these, hotter air masses retain more moisture. That's how this works. The hotter air masses retain more moisture. That hotter air holds on to the moisture. And that's going to cause either increase in these floods we're seeing or the increase in the droughts. But you got to combine that with what I mentioned earlier to you about those poles have heated up more than the rest of the planet. That's messing with the circulatory pull. The jet stream, the Gulf Stream, these all operate by the pull from pole to equator, that circulatory pull of hot to cold. Those are getting messed with and weakened by the fact the poles have heated more relative to the rest of the planet. You're like, I'm holding an imaginary globe here. Does that help you visualize this? I hope so. So now the weather can linger. It just lingers because the jet streams aren't shoving them along like they used to. So that dry front will just sit there and linger. Okay. The next point, since we're getting increases in heavy rains or increases in drought, we often get a whiplash condition in the same region. So you get real dry conditions followed by real heavy rains. Now, boom, a whole bunch of vegetation dries out again. Now it's all ripe for wildfire. That's why these wildfires are increasing. There's some other smaller points, but those are the main ones. There's some smaller points too. The forests are in general more stressed in many locations. They're stressed because the winters are not cooling down as much as they used to. And that's allowing for some of these bark beetles to get a foothold, and they're really hurting the trees. Stressed forests are more vulnerable to wildfires. Another one of what I consider a smaller point Warmer, this I'm getting from the NASA website too, by the way. Warmer nights. Global warming has led to warmer nighttime conditions overall. Warmer nighttime temperatures allow fires to burn through the night and burn more intensely. That allows fire to spread over multiple days where previously cooler nighttime temperatures might have weakened or extinguished the fire after only one day. Another really interesting one, also from NASA, warmer air increases the chance of thunderstorms generated by warmer temperatures that cause the atmosphere to create more what they call convective systems, which ultimately contribute to more burned area because you get lightning strikes on these dried out areas. Then, lastly mentioned on the NASA website are what they call fire feedbacks. So, by the excessive burning of fossil fuels, we've heated up the planet. Okay, there's other factors, people can dismiss it, all those other things, but these are greenhouse gases, okay? Fossil fuels add greenhouse gases. So yeah, the Earth's rotation or axis, tilt, or its orbit has some effect on temperature also, but the composition of the atmosphere is a big one, and we've changed that. So these are called fire feedback loops. There's all kinds of climate feedback loops out there. It's another one you got to know, another term. Know the term feedback loop. The wildfires rage through Australia or California or Siberia. Who heard of that? But it's happening now. And they add more carbon to the atmosphere by those burning forests. And the forests stop being good carbon sinks. They stop holding that carbon. And those forests also filter other human-made pollutants out. So anyway, I hope you've got some good, simple talking points. Just go out there into the world. I'll provide you the citations or share my video, like, subscribe, offer constructive criticism. This is the first change from the talking puppet format. Constructive criticism is a lot nicer than just all arg barg hate comments. And until next time, peace be with you.